So now we're thinking corner.
Yeah.
I mean, the tight end run, the corner run, it's got to be one of those because the run's going to dry up here. I mean, it's ending here pretty quickly, and then you're going to go to the next tier, the next level.
But you have already said you'd rather go corner here and save because of the tight ends that have gone to go to a tight end maybe third or fourth round.
I think there are guys that they could get, but I don't know. I mean, I could see him going either way, but I still think they're probably going to go corner. I think, again, it's a quarterback-driven league. You gotta be able to cover. You got to be able to rush them, you know. And I think they feel like they've got enough at the tight end position with the 2 second-round picks they signed, their own Drew Sample, and their Irv Smith Jr. The pick is in.
The pick is in. The Cincinnati Bengals select DJ Turner.
Wow.
Woo! They do it. They do it. They got him. They got him. So, yeah, man. Yeah, the guy that we were all raving about, we were all pumped up and excited about, we kept talking about here, he falls right to the Cincinnati Bengals here. DJ Turner, that's a hell of a pick. I think it makes sense for a lot of reasons.
Yeah, I mean, it was just the reverse of, those are the 2 position groups that I was thinking they would address in the first and second round. It went the reverse of what I was thinking. I was thinking corner, potentially first round, edge rush guy second round. It ended up reversing itself. They got the edge rush guy first, the way it fell, and now they get the corner. I think Lou Anarumo is a happy man. There's the defense has gotten their little bit of a boost, and again, can't have enough. Rush guys, cover guys, period.
I think this may help us project how they're going to go. Last year, they took all athletes, speed guys, right? And to start with, Dax Hill, Cam Taylor-Britt, Tyson Anderson. They go Miles Murphy in the first round here, another highly athletic young guy. Now they're going DJ Turner in his 4.26 speed.
I mean,
they are fast back there.
Yeah.
If we want to project going in the third round and later, we may want to just start looking at the fastest, most athletic guys.
Tell them. And like we said, for a corner, recoverability speed. I mean, that's all the great with Lamar Parrish. I talked to him when I was a young player. Leaping Lamar. What's the biggest thing? Man, you got to be able to recover. You have to have recoverability speed. That's paramount. You got to have it. Actually, he didn't say the word paramount.
So I want to swing this over to Evan. Evan, really quickly. Evan, you were raving about him, right?
Yeah.
Talk to us a little bit about DJ Turner.
Like we talked about, Joe mentioned a little bit of some of the physical size limitations and length limitations. But again, this is a guy who has that gear, that top speed, that elite tier speed that really can help you make up for some of those deficiencies where if you're not reacting quick enough, he has the speed to close and break on it regardless. If he gets beat on a double move or doesn't quite read it right, gets feigned out by a little head fake or a little bit of shake at the top of the route, he has that speed where he can recover. And even if he didn't necessarily have the interceptions that you want, he still was in the top quartile when you're talking about passer rating allowed. He had 8 breakups and interceptions combined, and his forced incompletion rate was still at 20%, which is up there above guys like Cam Smith, like Keely Ringo. So it's a guy who still finds ways to be involved, uses his speed, and I think if a little bit between the ears comes up and catches up as well, then you have a home run pick here for the Bengals.
I mean, if you're going around the board, you guys are saying we got exactly what we wanted in round 2, and if you're going to let it play to you, and Dave, you and I talked, I said, Malik, we talked. Neither of you thought Bengals are going to trade up. Right. They don't want to give away picks.
Right.
They'll wait for what comes to them, and what comes to them is exactly what they need, right?
It is. And you look at it, we're talking about the speed. We're talking about it with Logan Wilson. Logan Wilson can run. Pratt has above average speed. They drafted a defensive edge guy that's 270 pounds and runs 4.5s. I mean, they are fast. They've got Osai can run. I mean, they get guys on this defensive football team that can run. They're safeties. Dax Hill,
So
he can run.
The pick is in.
AJ Green.
AJ.
Waiting on the breaking news from AJ Green that we already know is going to come at corner. DJ Turner.
There we go.
Somebody likes the Michigan defensive backs in that room.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
No question.
And I believe this is the first time in Bengals history where they draft the 2 defensive players back-to-back in the first and second round.
They're showing the highlights up here. DJ Turner, 46% career completion percentage against him. I mean, this is a guy that's really good in zone coverage, up in the upper half for PFF grades in zone coverage. You're going to see a lot of very, very high-end athletic plays out of him right here. It's one of my favorite ones right here is he squeezes this guy to the sideline.
And you make a great point. They like Michigan defensive backs. When they did their due diligence on safety, they studied the corners. They talked to the position coach, safety coach, corner coach, defensive coordinator. I mean, they got themselves a couple of guys that can fly. Dax Hill can run.
Yeah.
I mean, he runs as well as most corners, and they're going to line him up at the safety position. Now his teammate can beat him by a couple of steps in the 40-yard dash. They're fleet of foot back there on the back end, man.
Don't forget Nick Scott, who they signed.
Exactly.
He's fast.
He is.
They're loaded back there in speed.
He is. He's sub 4.4.
Yeah.
He's like high 4.3s, 4.38. I mean, the safeties are going to be Lou Anarumo is going to have so much fun. The mad scientist is in the lab right now, and he's putting some things together, and he's going to come up with some concoctions.
I don't think they're getting a pick for the rest of this draft, though. It's
No.
all offensive.
You're right. It's over now.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, I know how you feel about it. You're smiling from ear to ear. This is a guy that Evan even raved about on the State of the Jungle shows. DJ Turner, that's a home run pick. That's a home run pick.
Oh, yeah, I feel that way. I had him graded on film as a second-round pick. I think this is correct value for him. I did mention Ringo earlier. That was a consensus better player. But, again, there's concerns with Ringo. I think a lot of people saw that. With Turner, I think he could play right now. And I think, don't be surprised if he's not actually the guy that replaces Awuzie, if he replaces Mike Hilton in 2 years in the slot.
So you guys so effusive in praise. And, Dave, we talked about this with they could do anything. They will do anything because they are setting themselves up in a position where if the guy falls, we're going to improve ourselves. You said their first-round pick is a guy that doesn't have to play every down.
Right.
But he's going to be in the starting lineup. Here's another guy that doesn't have to play every down, but because of their matchups in the back end, can do it a lot.
They're going to – Zach Taylor made mention of it in the press conference leading up to the draft. Every player they draft is going to have a role. Won't necessarily be a starting role, quote, as such, but they're going to get snaps, a dozen, 15, 18, whatever the snap count may be, that they're going to help the football team. They're going to have a specific role, and no exception with Turner. He'll be back there. I mean, again, all these offenses, great quarterbacks, what do you do with them? Spread the field and try to get as many isolated matchups as you possibly can. And it's good to have people that can run out there, man, cover.
You know, also excited, Darren Simmons. You giving me a five-star guy in the first round that's not going to play on defense every play. He's going to play special teams. And then in the second round, you give me a 4.26 gunner. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that gunner's loaded. That gunner is it's got some extra ammo. There's no doubt about it. It's a machine gunner.
Dave Lapham at Four Star Logistics bringing you another team to watch.
Is that Dave Lapham?
These group of brokers really know how to win. Just look at the stats they're putting up. Highest commissions in the industry, amazing perks for their employees. And I've never seen anything like their training program. No wonder their growth has been so explosive. If you're hungry and driven, this is the team to join, Peter.
Dave, who are you talking to?
Four Star Logistics, opportunity knocking.